an economic transformation, an increase in the per capita income of Nigerians, and prosperity for Nigerians about building a $1 trillion economy when everything is centered around Lagos. Somebody imports a 40-foot container from Guangzhou to Lagos, and it will cost him 5 or 6 million naira to truck it to Aba. And you don't expect that he's going to pass on that inflation cost to the people, considering the fact that we don't have standard gauge rail lines that extend horizontally from the southwest to the southeast. It's marginalization, economic marginalization, and we have to speak truth to power.
Now, good news. Good news. Another seaport is on the way. Guess what? This is not from the federal government. This is coming from Cross River State government. Now, according to the news outside, says Cross River strike deals with UAE firms for Bakassi Deep Seaport. Good news. You know, it's becoming too much. A lot of people have been complaining about this deep seaport. Why federal government is not looking into that direction in building another seaport from the east. But yeah, nice one. Now this one is coming not from the federal government, but a River State government strike deals with UAE Bakassi Deep Seaport. At least this will help a lot of things, reduce the in terms of traffic congestion in Lagos State. This one will reduce a lot of things. Everybody knows that most of the containers coming into this country, most all of them are going to the east. Why would somebody first of all come to Lagos and start looking for a way to transport those containers to the east? Meanwhile, this something should have been done directly. Do you understand? You know the stress, you know the danger, the risk involved. It takes a lot of life, and considering the military, the checkpoint, every time on the road, the amount of money they have to pay again after getting those containers out from the seaport in Lagos is another problem. You know, this Peter Obi said this everything, but now nice one is coming from a River State governor. Now take your time, listen to this video, and please don't forget to share and follow for more.
Somebody imports a 40-foot container from Guangzhou to Lagos, and it will cost him 5 or 6 million naira to truck it to Aba. And you don't expect that he's going to pass on that inflation cost to the people, considering the fact that we don't have standard gauge rail lines that extend horizontally from the southwest to the southeast. It's marginalization, economic marginalization, and we have to speak truth to power.
All right, and if I can come in here, Mr. Kevin, and you have touched on very salient points this morning, but if we focus on how to decentralize these port operations, you know, with port activities concentrated in Lagos, Nigeria is still facing issues of congestion, of inefficiency, and like you even said, increased costs of doing business, because at the end of the day, it's the consumer who bears the brunt of, you know, of what's currently happening. So when we look at why decentralizing the port operations across the country, including strategic seaports like Calabar, One, Warrior, remaining a persistent challenge, what are those systemic reforms, what are those infrastructural investments that are necessary to make this decentralization a reality?
I'll tell you what, one of the reasons why house rent has been skyrocketing in Lagos, which also contributes to inflation that you have in Lagos, is because demand is higher than supply of houses in Lagos. Lagos is creating, there isn't enough infrastructure to accommodate the population. And that's because you've centralized the entire Nigerian economy. The contribution of Lagos to real GDP is 23%. Lagos State's factor IGR ratio is 22% to 78%, which means 78% IGR, 22% FAC. Lagos State generates 26% equivalent. Lagos generates revenues equal to what 26 states in Nigeria generates. 26 states in Nigeria, which means Lagos is the most viable economy. Okay? If you want to do in Calabar, in 2006, a contract was awarded to a Dutch company to embark on rehabilitation of that seaport and to raise the channel draft. The government had issues with the company over contract variation costs, and that lingered for a long time. When the government attempted to go back to do it, the company says that you cannot, and the case was in court. In 2022, that case was taken out of court for out-of-court settlement. The immediate past MD of MPA says that, oh, you've taken the case out of court, we're going to work on raising the channel draft. The Calabar Seaport is dead. Like, you barely have vessels coming there, maybe one vessel per week compared to Lagos. How do you build an economy when the smallest state by landmass that has the highest per capita income with the highest population, right, has the only functioning seaport in Nigeria, while everybody else is left to go home and dry? It doesn't make sense. This is the reason why I'm saying to the president that it is economic injustice, and Nigeria is structurally like skewed to favor Lagos economy. And this is the basic truth. The Calabar Deep Seaport draft has not been done. The documents at the ICRC has been cleared for Akwa Ibom Deep Seaport project in Ibom. Yeah, the federal government has sat on it because if you look at the structure, 20% of the shares belongs to the federal government, 20% belongs to the state government, and 60% belongs to interested private sector investor. And that 60% was given as a 34-year concession, a PPP with Bolloré Logistics like 2 or 3 years ago. Bolloré, the French company, ended up selling itself to MSC, Mediterranean Shipping Company. Mediterranean said they are doing revalidation. Why is the federal government not putting as much effort in making sure that they start building Akwa Ibom Deep Seaport like they did for Lekki Deep Seaport in Lekki Free Trade Zone? And now the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy is saying that they are going to cut investors and they are doing drawings to Algeria, even if I don't think that will be feasible because of the lack of diplomatic relationship between Niger Republic and the Nigerian government in Abuja. Okay? The Southeast does not have a pipe that runs through it, despite the fact that Abia State produces a lot of natural gas. In 2007, Ibe Kachuku designed Nigerian gas master plan. And in that master plan, he put a 121-kilometer pipe that is supposed to extend from Aba to Owerri, to Enugu, to Onitsha, and then to Nnewi. The government says that no, they want to do a TNGP pipe extension from Abia State to Ajaokuta. And the second phase is going to go from Abia State to Enugu to Ajaokuta. That is going to take gas away from the Southeast, not through the Southeast. You need a pipe that extends that because you need gas for glass fabrication, you need gas for urea, you need gas for power. 40% of the gas that is typically produced every day, either through associated gas that you get when you drill crude oil, yeah, or through non-associated gas fields, is used for electricity. So how do you want to increase generation and increase feedstock to the Gencos in the Southeast if you don't build a high-pressure transmission pipe? Whose responsibility is it to make sure that this happens? It's the Nigerian Gas Infrastructure Company, which is a subsidiary of the NNPC Group. So my question to the management of NNPC is, why have they refused to commission FID for gas pipes to the Southeast? Why have the Southeast Governors Forum not gotten into a meeting with the president to ask him why the region does not have a gas pipe that runs straight? What exactly is wrong that it seems that there is like a calculated power share between the Northwest and the Southwest, and until every other region in Nigeria gets permission from the Northwest and the Southwest, nothing happens in their region? It doesn't make any sense. How can Mr. President be talking about renewed hope and economic transformation and increase in the per capita income of Nigerians and prosperity for Nigerians, about building a $1 trillion economy when everything is centered around Lagos?